The merge finally happened. And look at what's happening right now. The big merge is successful and completed finally. Look at that smile on Vitalik's face. It's been, what, 4 years in the making? This has been talked about since 2018. So, long time. But that's, you know what? The funny thing is, this is just the beginning. I'm going to show you the roadmap in a little bit. The roadmap to full Ethereum, full completion of Ethereum is still a long ways off. But this is just the first step. But it's a major step moving to proof of stake. And look at what's happening right now. This is a very telling story right here. So this is measuring the burn rate and how much issuance since the merge. And you can see, look on the right side, the ETH supply has been doing this ever since it's been created. There's more ETH being issued than being burned. And keep in mind, burning was just introduced last year. So there was no burning before. And this climb was even faster before, right? Look at what happened after the merge. That's it. It stopped. 120 million ETH, right? That is the peak. And since then, it's been going down slowly, but it's been going down. Since the merge, we have negative 85 ETH. So there is more burning going on right now than ETH being distributed. So think about that 90% decrease in issuance that I've been talking about, it's happening. And right now, even with low volume, I mean, we're at pretty low volume right now. Even with low volume, the burn rate is more than the issuance. Imagine when we have higher volume, when NFTs get crazy again, when tokens and projects get crazy again, the burning will be a lot more than now, right? So this is why I said long term, this is going to be fantastic for Ethereum because it essentially becomes deflationary at this point. Okay, instead of inflationary, where you see the supply go up, it's going to start coming down. And that's pretty significant. And right now, this is another like kind of tracker. The current ETH emission is at minus 0.6. Even just operating normally right now, it's negative 0.06 per minute right now, right? So just imagine when we get some real volume back on Ethereum, back in the market, this thing's going to drop to like negative, like whatever per minute. It's going to be wild, right? So good stuff. That's good stuff. Now, there's other great things about Ethereum right now. The miners over the years, this is showing, so this gives you real context in terms of how much Ethereum was mined over the years, but how much, does that equate to in dollars, right? So at the very beginning, like 2015, 2016, you could see there was a ton of ETH being mined, but the profits, the dollar amount was actually very little. But in 2021, look at that, it shot up to the moon, right? But all that goes to zero now. After yesterday or early this morning, zero being mined. Now we are in proof of stake, right? But lots of money mined over the last, 7 years or so. And of course, besides the issuance and burning and becoming deflationary, worldwide electricity consumption is actually being decreased by 0.2%. I don't know if that's real, but Vitalik is basically saying that the miners took 0.2% of the world's power grid. That's how much it was taking. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that, but maybe it's true. But anyways, he's taking credit for reducing the worldwide energy consumption by 0.2%. So there you go. And then I mentioned about that roadmap, and Charles wants to remind people of this. Charles is, I don't know if he's a little jealous or what, but the merge was successful, right? And, you know, he's saying, well, because Cardano is already there. But then he tweeted the roadmap, and this is how much more that needs to be done before the whole thing is complete, right? And this is going to take probably another 4 or 5 years until like everything is done, including scaling. Remember, right now, Ethereum cannot scale still, right? But take a look at this. Over here, Charles responds by saying, well, we are about 3 years ahead on research, 2 on engineering. They will one day figure out that slashing is a really bad idea. So I don't actually know what that slashing is, but Charles seems to think that, you know, Cardano's years ahead compared to Ethereum. I don't know what he's basing it on, but, you know, when it comes to tokenization, bridges, dApps, volume, price, wallets, I mean, Ethereum is light years ahead of Cardano. So I don't know how Charles is measuring things, and it still shocks me that Charles Hoskinson is only 34 years old. I discovered that last night, and it blew my mind. Yeah, I mean, does this look like a 34-year-old? It still blows my mind. Anyways, enough about Charles. So that's it. You know, after, you know, our next major thing to look forward to is Cardano and Vassal. Vassal is coming out in about a week. The hard fork is going to happen. So we'll see. This 2 year ahead on research, or 3 years ahead on research and 2 on engineering. What's that going to bring to Cardano with Vassal, right? So we got that to look forward to in about a week or so. Now, other projects that have benefited from this merge, Ethereum Classic, the hash rate, take a look at that, skyrocketed. But it's not just Ethereum Classic, and there's actually a war going on. It's also Ergo. So Ergo's hash rate skyrocketed, and you could see the two were, well, they both skyrocketed, but the two were actually very close. But Ergo actually started losing a lot of hash rate for some reason. Ethereum Classic kept it, right? But they were both at like basically 290 something, and then Ergo started losing some of the hash rate. I don't know what happened, and then now it's coming back up again. But anyways, a lot of the miners that don't want to switch, or, you know, the miners that didn't want to turn off their machines, they moved to Ethereum Classic and Ergo, and that's pretty much it. And what's cool about the site, it looks at other ones that you could mine, and other ones are just, you know, they're not nearly as big as these two. So we'll see if the hash rate going up actually affects both of these projects. Long term, the answer is no. Short term, maybe, because look, Ergo's up about 16% last 24 hours. Ethereum Classic is up about 6.5%. So short term, definitely a lot of, you know, enthusiasm, right? But long term, I just don't know. I don't know. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin and crypto for the first time and you don't know where to get started, head over to CryptosRus.com and click on the best exchange guide. Within, you'll find a list of exchanges that I recommend and some that I use on a daily basis. So if you want to learn more, head over to CryptosRus.com or utilize the links in the description of this video.